Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're in the third week, and our topic for the third week is critical reading, getting deeper into argument. Well, starting off with this statement by Edmond, you're going to see the name just now. The statement says, "He that wrestles with us strengthens our nerves and sharpens our skill. Our antagonist is our helper." Well, this statement, I don't know, for me personally, it has a meaning. Definitely, all statements have meaning, but what I understand from this statement is that anyone who wants to argue with you, or like for example, now you're talking to someone about something and the person opposes what you said. Definitely you want to prove your point, so you are going to look deep into what you say. Like, you're going to look for things to support what you said, the emotion you supported, and all that. So anyone that argues with you definitely is helping you, because first of all, you're gaining knowledge while you do all those research and all that. And yes, our antagonist is definitely our helper. That's what you should. Okay, before we start getting deeper into arguments, we need to know the difference between these three words: persuasion, argument, and a dispute. First of all, what is persuasion? When someone is trying to persuade another person, you are trying to convince that person to believe what you believe, or to believe something that you think that, oh, this is right. You're trying to persuade the person. You're trying to convince the person that, oh, I think this thing is right. Or argument. To argue with someone is like showing a kind of like disagreement. Okay, I don't agree with what you're saying. I think this is what it is. This is what is the answer. This is what is this. Arguing, doesn't necessarily have to be with someone. You can be arguing about a topic, but not necessarily to someone. Okay, dispute now is either the agreement or the disagreement between two individuals. It's like, okay, this person is supporting this motion and this other person is supporting this motion. It's mostly official. You should know that the goal of persuasion is to convince someone by all means, like either this means or another. You have to just look for a way to convince this person. While the goal of argument is to like show your proof. You understand? You try to convince someone by showing proof that, okay, this is why I say this thing. This is my proof, and your proof has to be like valid, definitely. Okay, for an argument to be effective, it has to be presented in a persuasive way. What do I mean by this? The voice of the speaker should be bold. It should be very loud and clear. It shouldn't be like, so let me say, for example, now, just see someone like to just come, "Good day, everybody. I'm here to talk about this thing," or someone come, "Good day, everybody." You're not hearing anything. The argument, like the person talking or the person arguing, the voice has to be bold. And also, you should note that you should go away with vulgar languages, like using all this kind of, should I say, pidgin. Yes, you come and you're arguing like an official argument, not like all these ones that happen on the street. An official argument, you can't come and start speaking all this pidgin language. You have to make use of your language. You have to also pay attention to specific details. You should actually tell the people that are listening that, oh yes, I know this thing. I know what I'm arguing. I know why I'm here. I know the topic. I know everything. You have to tell them, like, take charge. That's just being a speaker of an argument. It's all about. Okay, one thing you should know that I have to make sure to tell you guys is that argument isn't only done orally. It can also be written. All these debates, like they give us in secondary school. Write a debate that boarding school is better than day school. Write a debate that a farmer is better than a doctor. All those arguments, they can be written down and they can also be spoken about or made orally. You get? That's what you should know. Well, while arguing, you should know there are procedures you have to follow. First of all, you have to define your point. In cases of like, okay, they say all women or all men are equal, you should define, okay, what does your equal state? Because people might be saying that, you said all people are equal in their riches, you say all people are equal in their body, you say all people are equal in their this. You should define, okay, what I meant by all people are equal is that, I mean, they have equal rights or something like that. You can also define something by making synonym of that thing, another word that is similar and more clear to people. You can also define something by different ways. You can define by making examples, that because most people actually pick the definition of something through examples. Like, okay, you can be telling me now that eating is an act of intake of food or something, and I don't know. But if you give me an example or show me, I will understand it better. Another thing is, like, when you're arguing too, you can make assumptions. You can also make statements like premises. Premises are statements that are made before the argument. They might be true, they might not be true, but you should make sure that your premises, they are true. Arguments also have different type of examples. Like, you can make use of life instances. You can make use of fictional ones, examples. Okay, while arguing, you can make use of deductive and inductive statements. For example, now, like, a deductive statement is like going from a general idea to a specific one. Sorry, a general assumption to a specific one. For example, now, all ladies wear skirts. Amaka wears skirts, so therefore Amaka is a lady. Inductive is like going from a specific, okay, taking the assumption of one person to generalize it. Okay, for example, now, Mr. Adamu comes home late at night. Mr. Adamu is a doctor. Therefore, all doctors come back home late in the night. That is an example of an inductive statement. So, argument, you have to put your all and all in argument. You have to do a lot of research. You have to know, go deep inside the topic before you actually know and, okay, have enough confidence to go and stand and say, okay, yes, I want to argue with this person, argue about this topic, or argue about the proposition or something like that. Okay, well, guys, that was all for today. Make sure you like and also subscribe. I would also put the textbook that I'm getting this information from in the link below. Sorry,